Oh, Alexa, if you're watching, Dawn has decided to steal your bratty energy. I can't wait to see how this episode goes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Campfire Stories RPG and our Defendus Academy series using Critical Role's Dagger Hearts. I am your worked to the bone and yet somehow didn't remember to stat somebody until about 20 minutes ago. GM. Kira, Medieval Massacre, she is medieval, whatever you want to call me. And I will welcome my back to Defendus Academy. But before we go to where we left off in our last episode, let's roll back through time. Back to a very interesting sorcerer's class.
Oh no.
And want to make sure that I have my enemy notes that I can here. I've unfortunately yes. This blue spark stands at the head of the sorcerer's class, just as our lovely Bob makes their way back to class. This light blue-skinned Infernus woman looks over. Bob, you see, obviously, your class here. They're kind of in a, like, set amongst yourselves sort of thing, where they've each paired up and are attempting, you know, various kind of cantrips and spells. You can see Aubrey, who is kind of sitting in the back of the class with Kasha, actually, who you recognize from the baking club as the one that always comes in. Amelia. You also recognize, of course, Killian Prowler, the Fungril kind of pseudo mob boss who you delight in pissing off. They briefly kind of look up to notice you come in, you know, as any student does, kind of get that little radar of, like, someone new has entered the classroom. Most people just kind of see you and are like, oh, hey. Aubrey, obviously, very excited to see you come in. Miss Bluespark looks at you. Oh, very nice for you to for a while. Is everything okay?
Yeah. I still don't remember my name. Hopefully that'll get fixed. Get that fixed soon.
And she stops for a second. And you can see her kind of racking through her brain. And she goes, either. No. I have a lesson plan. I have a seating plan. It's right at the tip of my tongue. I'm so sorry. You see her rifling through some papers and being very confused. I see an open seat next to this floodgate, but that's not supposed to be. You all, of course, remember, and then, like, a couple of the, you know, obviously about 60% of the students don't care and are listening. The others are like, can't Because it's like a piece of information that you should know. And the more that you attempt to try and access that information, the more maddening it feels. And Aubrey kind of gets up. You can see her kind of talking to Kasha, and Kasha's just kind of see her go like, Aubrey kind of runs up to you. Hey,
It's a long story. It might have dealt with a small ladybug with a clipboard.
Sure. Okay.
The lady. I love how that's what's the. I'm like I started the fact that all I remember of this thing is that it's a ladybug.
Ladybug with a clipboard. That's cool. My lab partner is descendant from demons. So,
Cool.
I mean, why not? Okay.
Sounds like a Cartoon Network show. My lab partner is a demon.
I know what you're referencing out of character.
This Blue Spark, is like, in the time, you can join, Aubrey and Kasha if you would like.
I would love to.
You guys... Yeah, I need to look this up. And so she kind of starts going... You see her going through, like, a form of, like, magic detection? Where she's trying to see if anything has been cast on her, cast on the class. She's also very used to your pranks, right? So she's like, are you doing some sort of magical memory wipe prank?
Is she pulling a prank? Must be pulling a prank.
She's like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. How is this?
How they have any? That's what I now go by. Like that's even the funnier part.
Like,
You know, is there any way of indicating? Ah, yes, we're talking about you.
yeah, like it's incredibly
Sorry,
rude to point, but it also might be the only way. You follow Aubrey to the back of the class where their table is sort of set up. Kasha kind of gives you one of those like head nods of like, you know, we're not in the same circles, but like I recognize you. What's up?
I respectfully nod.
And so Aubrey is like, okay, as we look like busy, I honestly don't. She seems occupied. Probably by the fact that you lost your name to a ladybug with a...
I go by Bomb now, if that helps.
You go by Bob now. Is
Yeah.
that not a man's name? Is that rude of me to say? Like, sure, you know what? You chose
I read
your
it in
name.
a book somewhere. Now, who has
Percy
someone has
Jackson
the
is
same-
now canon in Defendus Academy.
Med can do nothing to stop this, jokingly.
Ah, yes, I remember Percival Jackson and when he came by the Defendus Academy. No,
They had the exact similar situation, but that person bathed in a river and lost all their memory. That's different, though.
okay,
Yeah.
so you didn't bathe in a magical memory river. You just gave your name to a ladybug with a clipboard.
My friends say they were part of the Fae, and we don't have Fae up in the mountains.
You
I'll
just
clarify.
hear Kasha just go, oh, first time with the Fae?
Yeah.
Fair. You can get it back, you just have to make a separate deal. It's really, you're kind of in the shit right now, so, I mean, hey, if you like Bob, I like Bob. Like, we can do that.
Sorry, I've been having a laughing fit since start of this part. Session.
Fair enough.
Because I've got Bob in quotation marks for their name on the stream overlay.
Oh, that's great.
No,
That's
also,
great.
I legit said in chat, "Yay, Bob."
Yay, Bob.
But also, I'm like, let's just make a book series canon. To this.
Ew.
I
Also, I made a lot of
absolutely
people
love it.
confused. Wait, I read books.
Oh, you read books.
Yeah, you read YA novels.
Those are books!
I can
Those are
100%
books.
see Ashlyn reading YA novels. You're not reading fucking, like, Dostoevsky or, like, Shakespeare, Fahrenheit 451, but, I don't know, like, Hunger Games? Hell yeah.
I don't know why I made that canon. I'm just like, why
Well,
don't I
we've
just...
been making it canon since we started calling you Bob.
Well, starving games? I like that one.
Yes, the Starving Games.
They're currently reading Shadow and Bone. That's what their current book series is.
Hell yeah.
I actually have not read it yet, but that's what their current read is.
And you can hear a voice who is absolutely not trying to be quiet. Just be like, hey, you could call somebody from any fucking name, it doesn't change the, doesn't change the person, you know? Still a slack, always gonna be a slacker.
In my head, Ashlyn's thinking, shut up, Killian. Bob is thinking that in their head.
Fake? Ooh, hold on.
Oh no.
I need to remember what the stats are in this game. Hey, this is the problem about the only time you play this game is every 2 weeks.
I don't actually have a spell for that, but...
What is your spellcasting ability? Is it instinct?
Yes.
Give me an instinct reaction roll.
How do I roll that?
It's the same roll as normal, but hope and fear don't matter. I just need to know.
Okay. That is a 8.
That is not going.
I know.
See, the nature of your magic is chaotic, and the nature of magic itself is emotion and intent. So you kind of feel yourself thinking this, like, really quick, just shut up. And you look over to see him. And you see, like, a couple people rush over. Hey, what's going on, boss? What's... Hey. And one of them kind of clicks like a dispel. Say, some of us don't have the privilege to have noses. Okay? It's a fucking wonder I have a mouth. You are a fucking danger to people. What if I just stop breathing? I'm already a red mushroom. I can't go more red. He goes, boss, I think you would have gone purple. Shut up.
Purple's a pretty color.
Becky, get the fuck back to your seat. See? I'm pissed off. I didn't sling any spells at you.
Yeah.
Does he know that I was the one, though?
Oh yeah, he's paying attention to you the entire time. And, like, clock that immediately. Because you're the only one he's fucking with, right? And Yeah, you see Kasha is just kind of leaning. She goes, I would really be careful about the word. See, Bob over here might be into books, maybe thing, or of a video gamer myself. And I've learned very quickly. And you see she snaps her fingers and her whole hand lights in fire. Fire's good against grass. And he just kind of looks over.
Okay, we have clearly we've already figured out Kasha's protective. We've got protective Kasha over
My immediate
Bob.
question is: does this mean Pokemon is now canon in Daggerheart?
I do say once again, this is slightly in the future of modern day.
Okay, Piper's not a Pokemon player. That's all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So is
Piper gives
my
those
character.
vibes.
So is Ash.
Glove.
So is Bob. So is Bob.
Like I said, Pokemon Glove.
Yeah, no, this is modern day, so there's definitely a pocket monster game out there that might be legally distinct if the stream ever gets popular enough. But yeah, most games that involve nature and type effectiveness will pretty much tell you that fire sets grass ablaze. And you can actually, Bob, if you'd like to make an instinct roll.
Oh, another one?
Yeah, so
this
one will actually count towards Hope and Fear.
Me and Don are just on.
No, I said Bob.
What?
Oh, I heard Bon.
Oh. Bond. When Bob and Dawn do the fusion dance.
Damn. Damn.
Damn.
I'll let you know what roll I just did.
Okay.
That is a... Ready to hear this?
Yep.
That is a 17 with fear.
17 with fear. That's not bad.
By the way, I rolled the 11 on my... No, never mind. It's my hope die. My hope die. That's my hope die. I forget.
Okay, 17 with hope.
17 then. With hope.
Okay, go ahead and take your hope point. You can kind of... It's a little bit bitter. This kind of hopeful thing is a little bit bittersweet to you. You get that Kasha's protectiveness is 20% she's cool with you, 80% she fucking hates killing. So she's just like, I don't really care who he's going after, because I'm going after him. But also, I kind of fuck with you, so you're fine.
Yeah, they're gonna be good friends at some point, I feel like.
You just see Kasha kind of slips you a sly smile, and she really you.
I just shrug.
Also,
I've never encountered them until here.
Also, this might come as a surprise to you because a lot of the books are not exactly, textbooks. You are a fey creature. You are a fawn. You are a fey. You say you didn't see any other fey creatures in the mountains.
We didn't clarify that up there.
That's... Were you the only, fawn family in the mountains?
No, but we never really talked about the fey.
There is a difference, obviously, between being fey and realm of the fey. I assume that,
I've not seen my family in years.
You probably wouldn't have to worry so much if you, making deals with, say, those twins that you hate. um, or the really tall, like beefy looking fairy that was with you guys?
Calthea?
Yes. Thank you, by the way. I should remember that name because Amelia and I are actually trying out for the Defendus Dragon Turtles.
I wish you good luck. I know I will be at the auditions in the audience though, because Betty. Don't want to get into Mox.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, kind of narrow that realm of chaos. Like, you would be absolutely scary as a witch. But, as it stands, the scariest part of your magic is that fires off.
I was not expecting that actually to happen.
Yeah, magic is emotion. And it's about kind of funneling that. I'm not a sorcerer by trade. I take sorcerer classes. I'm a druid by trade. So, my realm kind of comes from nature's base elements. If you ever wanted to just, like, hang out and try and kind of corner that magic sometime, I'm totally down.
Yes.
You see Aubrey is like, I would like that. I used to have a spellcasting focus, but Quiet One took that from me in the heat of the moment, and I really haven't gotten it back. So, and it's like really hard to like know where they
Fair.
like. Sometimes, like you think they're gonna show up, and they don't even show up at all. Cheeky wink and a nod. You will notice that Alexa is not here. Okay? She did not no show. Don't worry. Very much knew that she would. Okay? And we love her, and she's having a blast. She is.
It's also great to be back, everyone. I had fun at the con.
Yes, we do have our stopping. So I just had
And
to
I'll be
make a
back
couple of
next session,
additions
too.
to the overlay, including changing your character's name.
Bob.
Good old Bob. Which I will take out of quotation marks if you ever decide that you're just never going to go back for your name.
I did say I wanted to go back to my name.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we were when we were talking to Defendus in the last thing, we were getting Bob's name back was
yes.
part of the. It was the name and the and getting Bob's name and getting Calathea's title back.
Yes. Class sort of quickly comes to an end, and as the students are filing out, Blue Spark stops you. So this is something that was out of.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Want me Bob down just for now?
Yes, until my name gets back.
Okay. I do have a bit of experience with memory-based spells.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the only people who have experience with spells would be myself, and Severlock. So, here's my advice to you. Try not to think about it. Because the more that you do, the more it will sort of drive you crazy.
Aren't I already crazy?
Oh, yes, but you're college student with arcane powers crazy.
Ah.
Not you know, pseudo Harley Quinn, murder everyone, let God sort him out, kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a fine line.
Yeah. I do love Harley Quinn.
What?
Also, out of we now know my character is a comic book nerd too.
Sure.
Like, who doesn't love Harley? Either an old lover or a Suicide Squad lover. Just great character all around. Not so great in real world.
Yes.
And kind of directly opposed to what Defendus Academy teaches.
Yeah.
So, if you ever find that your grasp on reality is starting to slip, let myself or Miss Everlock know, and we can suppress that. Okay, cool. Is there anything that you would wish to do for the night coming?
You know what? I haven't thought about this until now. My character's going to write in her journal.
I love that.
And it's like when she gets back to her dorm, she goes to her desk. Everything is still a mess in her room. But on her desk is this very old, like, it's like wear and tear, like leather bound. Like pages are sticking out of it. And like little stickers and everything. She opens it up. On the previous page was it was from the night before she leaves for her first team mission. She starts in the journal. And it starts out. Out of character, I can't remember. Let me go back to our DMs, man, because I can't.
Yeah, if there's something that you want clarified for you, I can do that.
My character's brothers.
Ooh. That's a very good question.
I can't remember. She also takes off her necklace and puts it down on the desk and opens up the lock. In the locket, it's a photo of her and her brother. She starts writing, "Dear," I still can't remember the brother's name. I think I gave you it.
More than likely. I might have to take a look at that after.
But
recording. But for now, we'll just say, "Dear brother."
Dear brother, what a hectic couple of days. And in my last letter, I wrote to you that I was going on my first mission with a good group of people. I talk about we just finished our mission. We just got back. I clearly don't remember my name. I gave it to a ladybug with a clipboard. And now I can't remember my name. I now go by Bob, if that helps you. Thank you for introducing me to Percy Jackson. I'm not gonna do a full recap, but the rest is the recap from the past mission and how I thought I killed one of my party members, and which my character goes in depth how they felt and talks about how they did the Macarena for over an hour. Mom, I'm not. This is out of.
Oh.
Oh, we have a Stoppy Mom appearance.
No, I told her that D&D right now.
Okay.
Because I know they don't like being on camera sometimes. Fuck that. But I go into. So yeah, I thought I killed my friend, but it was actually a shadowy figure, who I used one of my spells, Rain of Blades on, because I was told to pierce the shadow. But afterwards, I felt like, oh no, I just killed my friend, forgetting the fact that it was a shadow. that I killed, not my actual friend. I honestly felt like I let my friends down, especially their twin. And I feel bad, but frankly, they are alive. They are alive. But it felt like I would have disappointed one of my party members. Slash got them already upset. Like they are very close with their and I just met these guys like for a week ago, or I don't remember the time frame. That's why I said a week ago. I don't remember. Sorry, but that's not remember it. But I've known them for a while. But they honestly have become family to me. Hopefully, this letter will get to you one day. Like after that's the very ending. Like after like the explanation.
Yeah.
I'll do a little bit more what happened afterwards, but then hope this letter gets to you one day from Bob. And I put back on the necklace and close up the leather book and go back and go to.
You have a DM. Find it.
Yes. We don't know. She doesn't know what happened to her family. That's the thing. She does not know. She woke up one day and has never seen her family in years.
You place the leather-bound tome most down on your table. Your lights out. Go to snuggle into your bed. When your innate sorceress ability sense nearby magic gets a ping.
Hello? Call out? I get up from my bed and look around.
Turn the lights on. Look around. No signs of person. But looking back on the table, a second book similar to that of yours, with a bit of difference, enough so that you can call them up. Sits beside yours.
I get up and go look at the book.
Do you open the book, or are you just looking at the front?
Looking at the front to see if I can see anything on the front.
Looks like a regular leather-bound journal, while yours is kind of this, like, you know, sort of generic woodland brown. This one is like a slightly auburn, like a redwood.
I open to the front page to see if there's anything on the cover, because normally the name of the person that journal is on the back of the cover. On the front.
There's nothing on the back of the cover, but there are words written on the first page. And as you begin to read them, you begin to hear a voice read along. And it startles you slightly from the first two words. You look around. Voice stops. And only continues. Dear sister, we're always a king. See that you. I trust your judgment more than I would trust most. These people around you, they are good. Not believe actions. Some people. It's not a force of good, nor is it a simply dude.
She starts crying because this is the first time in years she has heard any of her
Your tears fall down, sort of splatter along the pages, and find that they, rifle through the page, looking, see if anything else. Water of your not as if those pages are. Looking through your own journal, you find your pages untouched, sullied, but there's an odd feeling about something about it feels like it's been used by someone in time, but you used it. Pages are a little, slightly more crinkled, as if they've been gone. It's faint, but it's book doesn't disappear. It's now next.
I pick up the book and set it right beside my journal and set it off to the side. And she closes her hand and thing. And just is like, I'm so I need to go, and
Might need you to be a little bit louder.
Sorry.
Stage whisper.
Yeah. She's like, I'm so tired. It's time to go to. What in the world just happened here? I never thought they would reach out to me again. I left after seeing no one. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Good. And she is confused, like, what in the world just happened? No one should have been able to get into her room. And she goes back to bed and just sleeps for the rest of the night.
The mental stress of what has happened has a good and a bad side effect on your sleep. There's a little bit of tossing and turning, thinking about all of this. But sort of once the stress takes its toll onto your body, you just conk out for that. Remembering, as you do go to bed, Tasha, what she said to you. Magic. You picked your downtime activities for the long rest, correct?
Prepare and work on a project.
Yes. Okay. So,
I need to roll for that
make
item.
your way. What?
I still need to roll for that item.
Need to roll for. Oh, that is true. That is true. 1 second.
Sorry, I remember that. That's why I was like, okay, I need.
Okay, what's actually going? Screw thing. Yes, it is that. Okay, good. We're gonna go to here. You, in fact, have this. Could you roll 2d12 for me?
That is a 16.
16. Okay. So then you're going to roll 2d12 again. Because it was if you got over 10, you'd roll 2d12 on the loot table. Under 10 was 1d12, and on a crit, 3.
Gotcha. That is a 20.
You find yourself a regular stamina potion. What this will do upon drinking it is immediately clear 1 plus 1d4 stress.
Gotcha.
So it's like the minor one, except you're basically guaranteed at least.
Gotcha.
Then
By
it
the way-
is the day of the tryouts. You meet up with your friends as everything is sort of going on, this meeting between Calathea and Gloria. As it turns out that the captain of the Defendus Dragon Turtles and this absolute bitch of an orc are apparently going to start things off for the tryouts. When their cards come forward, they open this gateway that both of them go into from one direction, and the gateway spins to allow spectators. And coach of the Defendus Dragon Turtles, Coach Banesfang himself, looks over at the rest of the crowd and goes, I will start by describing what the spectators see. There is a very, very large, multi-tier seated stadium-like, almost sort of Roman stadium-like area with a central sort of holographic display that shows the battlefield and can show sort of where the combatants are at all times. This is your viewing. It is magically attuned to show someone like the perfect perspective no matter where they're seated. A lot of people who have trouble seeing things up front are usually or, you know, people with a lot of ego that want to sit up front. Or people who are directly related to or, you know, friends with the people competing. It makes sense to me that the four of you, that including Alex, would be seated together unless, of course, you wanted to find somebody else, which is totally up. Do any of you wish to sit with anyone else or call anyone over, or do you wish to just kind of...
Also over Opry.
But
Oh, for sure.
Piper would
Twins are sitting
probably at
next to
least...
each other.
Piper would at least probably try and find Kasha and Amelia to at least wish them good luck before the tryouts.
You see Kasha and Amelia, like, sit there, like, one layer behind you. And they're like, hey, we got nothing to do until our fight. guess we might as well see how things work here. And
Lakasha.
thanks, Bob. You'll get a chance to see what I can do. And, Ilya here, you know, she ain't your basic healer. She's, pretty dang good with a sword. And you see Amelia just kind of, like, head down a little bit, and she's like, I do prefer to, you know, heal people around me, but I've needed to defend myself in the past. You also see that like people who are kind of coming around, they have like snacks, like think stadium people running around selling hot dogs and like popcorn and stuff like that. One of them actually
They
comes
have
up
snacks?
to Amelia and gives her a set of headphones, like just kind of in the ear.
I'm sorry, Mads. It almost sounded like you said popcorn at first.
Popcorn. I'm sure there are some students who have that as well.
Piper's immediate response is just, wait, they have snacks?
I asked, do you guys need any headphones? I point to Piper and Sonata. Because I'm assuming Alex has headphones.
Alex has her own headphones. These are issued by the school. And you see Amelia's like, these are not... She just kind of giggles a little bit. These are not headphones to block out sound. They're headphones get descriptions of what's going on.
Gotcha.
Have
we met before?
I don't. Wait. No, you're in our
I'm in the baking
club, correct?
Yes. But we have never actually met.
I think we've met in passing. Don't sound super familiar. But hi, I'm Amelia.
I'm currently going by Bob.
Bit of an identity crisis?
I lost my name.
You see Kasha kind of giggle, and she goes and kind of like whispers into her ear, and you just see her go, oh yeah, okay, fair. And she just kind of goes, like, is looking around, and she's like, what is a way to say the Fae can be tricky without pissing off her two friends in front of her who are fairies?
They were there for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the Fae area can be very... And Kasha's like, I told her. She's, yeah, going through. And it's like, well, luckily I was never given your earlier name, so I guess I've got nothing to compare it to.
I just nod.
And you see Amelia turns her head towards Piper. Yeah, they have a lot of snacks around here. I mean, obviously they cost, but they don't inflate prices like actual stadium. And you do get complimentary popcorn.
Ooh, I didn't know they had popcorn. I didn't know they had popcorn.
Hey Piper, do you have any cupcakes?
Can I have a couple left over?
Can I have one?
Piper passes the cupcake to Ashlyn. To Bob.
You do have really good cupcakes.
I mean, Piper's bakers. I didn't really get a chance to want the things I love until coming to Defendus. So, you know, it's good to meet like-minded people.
Piper passes a cupcake to Amelia, one to Kasha, and then obviously one to Sonata. And imagine Alex is getting one as well, but obviously...
Alex just straight up has like a huge ass piece of apple pie, which you find interesting because Alex is not part of the baking club. And just sort of like looks over at you, kind of raises up the pie as in like, I got something, but thank you.
Most likely because I'm also eating this IRL. My character has a turkey leg.
I was just giving cupcakes to all the friends, just like, here, have a cupcake.
Absolutely. And Kasha just kind of looks over at you, Bob, and is like, smuggle into the... They don't sell meat. Like, they sell veggie dogs, and those taste like shit. Like, I know everybody thinks, right? Like, I'm a druid, like, oh, you must eat a... Okay, first off, there are some veggies that are really good. But, girl. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I was hungry.
No, that's entirely fair. Where did you smuggle... The inside of your pocket lining must taste like barbecue. Like, it's fucking...
Just trying to understand Bob is great.
Yeah,
Or
'cause-
Kasha or Amelia.
Kasha is like, we are so beholden to a rule set, right? Like,
Yeah.
Druids rule set, Seraph's holy crap rule set. You do not make sense on a
And then
fundamental and social level, and it fascinates me.
Conversation
Then
may
you have-
continue. Sonata's probably just kind of, existing. Maybe adding in a couple comments.
He has
Yes.
a cupcake.
Sonata is eating a cupcake. I need to step away for a minute. And I'm like, conversation now is fine. Perfect timing for me to go get food. So
Yes.
I will be right back.
Kind of like, I think I smuggled in something even better than a turkey leg. Sorry, Bob. I bought
That's
cupcakes.
fine.
You
I
never.
mean-
I always carry cupcakes around with me. You never know when you're gonna need a emergency cupcake.
The only thing
It's
they
a
ever check
cupcake.
for me if I have pranks, but I don't do pranks during mocks.
Yeah.
I know better.
And you just see like Amelia kind of giggle, and she's like, "Secret stash of emergency," because of course you do. Coach
You know
Baines
what's even
Fang.
funnier? They don't realize I just have berries in my other pocket.
Yeah, you do. Coach Baines Fang comes to the front. All right, everyone, pay attention, especially those of you who plan on trying out later on. This is what peak performance looks like. The power of years' worth of anger and determination versus discipline, training, and the morals. Defendus Academy so stand. First, see our terrain. Calithea, if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to write down. And could you go ahead and roll 6 for me, please? Raven just having a little bit of an existential crisis. That's fine. Feel free to have one with us. A couple of our characters are also having some of those, so...
A 1.
A 1. Lovely. He spins the wheel And as it lands, we will cut to you and Gloria sort of standing in a very bare bones gray metal room, nothing on, any of the walls or floors, before
I'm back.
you are shifted very quickly into a rolling sand desert landscape. A seems like minuscule oasis far, far in your mind's eye. The only thing separating you from each other is a massive mound of sand. With, of course, smaller mounds around, but you're probably looking at 30, 40 feet high mound of sand. And as it does, it pushes both of you backwards. You manage to keep your footing. And you can hear a siren go off as combat done. So obviously, combat works the exact same way it always has, meaning we will always start with our player character. You may take many actions as you wish, until you either fail a roll or roll with fear. At that point, the fear that I have saved up will be used against you.
Scary.
It is difficult to ascertain, but you're probably at like a very far distance from each other. But currently, neither of you has line of sight. Tell me what to do.
Good question. I guess there's no turn initiative, so just waiting here for her to approach really doesn't help until I fail a roll, now does it?
You could choose to end your initiative. It would basically just give me like
An
I'll
action.
take holding your initiative as an action, which would
Yeah.
give me a fear to you.
I guess, what, is it a fear point? I thought it was like you bank action points for every action a player takes.
It's
And then when I roll fear, it kind of switches over to you, and you can use those action points, plus whatever fear points you've banked.
there are some abilities that basically say spend a fear to activate one of these, so I guess they turn into fear points for me to use.
Yeah, I suppose. It's a new system. It's a weird system. It's a fun system. I'm gonna just sit here. I'm just gonna stand here and wait for her because I know she is pissed off. I know she wants to come at me. I'm just gonna wait here, and I'm gonna.
You're gonna let her make the first move.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
a guardian doesn't swing first.
No, but you'll finish the fight.
You can very much hear her, like, screaming, "Let me see her!" And she, is going to attempt to... Well, you don't really see, but you can hear movement coming directly towards you. So it's not coming around. She's not running around the mound. She's going to go ahead. Strength check. Honestly, should not be difficult. Not at all.
There's a mountain in my way. I'm gonna go through it.
She also needs to make an agility roll to go farther than close. Single. 17 on the die. You can see that by the end of her turn, she is able to get to the top of this mound. And she looks at you, and you can see the two-handed battle axe that she is holding, sort of like is bearing down on you. Oh, I have the high ground. Do you continue to hold your action, or would you like to make?
It's over, Calathea. I have the high ground.
Of course, I'm gonna make the Star Wars reference. Why wouldn't I? Except, unfortunately, you're in the position of Anakin.
I mean, if you go back a few movies, I'm also in the position of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
True. Yeah, rules only work for you, don't they, Obi-Wan? Shit.
Yep. I kind of just cross my arms, look up at her. And letting her take the initiative again.
Okay. She's not going to make the agility roll this time because she is going downhill, which she is going to make a...
Maybe it's a finesse roll.
It may be a finesse roll to be able to stop herself once she goes through you. But
I meant
she is
losing her
going
footing as she's running down the
towards
sandhill.
you and is going to make an attack at you with her sort of charge. Okay, I do have an attack modifier. I statted her 20 minutes prior to us starting this. So,
Hooray!
that is an 11 to hit.
What is... Oh, my armor. No, that's my evasion. Yeah.
Yes.
That'll hit.
Okay. Oh, yes. I have to use dice that are not just D20s. What is this? Some sort of tabletop RPG game?
That's good. Naughty the fuck.
Oh, that is going to be 12 points physical coming at you.
Cool, cool. Since you specify what type of damage it is, this makes it even more entertaining.
Yep, because I believe you have a resistance on physical damage, correct?
I automatically subtract my armor from physical instantly, without using my armor slots.
So, what is your armor score?
So that brings that 12 damage down to a 6.
Love that.
And if I really wanted to, I could just really mess with her and just use an armor slot and make it 0.
You could. You don't have any other fights today.
It's true. Let's do that.
You are actually the thing that stops her momentum as she just kind of comes down. Tell me how it is that you block this attack.
Probably as she's coming down, I probably get it ready, like move quickly, and then with one arm just like hits the axe with my magical arcane gauntlets and kind of push it out of the way.
You hear a reverberation of steel hitting steel and little sort of ting of arcane energy off of your gauntlets, as what should have dug into metal just sort of careens off of it, and she looks at you fury in her eyes, but does not have enough points to actually activate her ability. So, if she's only been given one at a time from you so far, that would turn it to your turn.
Ooh, wait, what does that do? Stuff! Wait, quick reading. Because there's abilities that I have not been able to get to do yet.
Yes. For those of you just joining us, we are very recently, very freshly, second level.
Second level, and it's a one-on-one fight. I don't have to worry more about protecting other people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a once per long rest ability for Guardian and become unstoppable.
Yep. Read that off first.
Unstoppable, a Guardian class feature. Once per long rest, you can choose to become unstoppable. You gain an unstoppable die, which begins at a d4. Place it on a spot to the right, or in my case, it's just going to be right, on my dice tower here, so I can remember what each one does. Starting with the one value facing up, whenever you deal one or more hit points to an adversary, increase the unstoppable die value by 1. When you increase the value above the die's highest number, or when the scene ends, I remove the die and I drop out of unstoppable. It increases per every at certain levels. But when I'm unstoppable, I gain resistance to physical damage. I get to increase my current armor score by my proficiency. I also add the current value of my unstoppable die to my damage total, and cannot become restrained or vulnerable.
Nice. Looking at her attack right, and well, okay. No, there's a possibility. Now your armor score is 8.
Mhm.
Your gain resistance, and then you minus it by your armor score automatically. Are you basically? Are you even hittable? And the answer is kind of.
Yeah, it has to do what? At least 17 points of damage? Or more?
Yes. 17 points of damage or more before you use armor slots.
Yeah. And that's as long as I'm unstoppable, but with each, I think, successful damage dealt, that die goes up by 1, and as soon as I technically reach 5, I drop out of unstoppable.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your first action.
Yep, and that's not even a roll, so I guess as I'm holding back her axe with one hand, I kind of look out, duck down, look up at her, smile as a fist comes up to punch her.
All right. Go ahead.
And I suppose I must roll for the attack. That's +3. Oh, sweet. That's a 11 for 17 hopeful.
17 hopeful. Go ahead and take a hope point. That will hit.
All right.
She doesn't have actually a lot of armor, because that would restrict movement.
Restrict armor to beat ass. Alright, so that is 5, 10, 12, 18, 19 plus, or 18 plus my unstoppable die, which is currently a 1, so that's a 19.
19 points of damage. That's rough for her, for sure. That passes her severe threshold. And adversaries don't have armor slots. She takes this full, like, because she gets mad at seeing your face, which makes her look down at you, and you just full shoryuken her, and you can feel the nose break under your glove. And she goes, oh. Oh.
As she's saying that, I'll go, you know what your problem is, Gloria? And I'll punch her again. I guess, because I haven't rolled fear yet.
You have not rolled fear.
Well, this is gonna suck. That's a crit on 5s.
Oof. So what is the damage of your weapon?
The damage die is 2d10 plus 6.
2d10 plus 6. It's a basic weapon?
That's an arcane gauntlets with a proficiency of 2.
The proficiency of 2. Oh, you're
It
right.
increases the damage die every time.
So, you can roll if you would like to. You're doing a minimum of 28 because you're going to do your damage is normal die, so that's 20. Then you're going to roll the dice again, and then you're going to add the 6.
Oh, and
of course you do gain your hope. You would clear a stress if you had one, but you are absolutely bodying this woman.
You're a cleric that bodies people in our campaigns.
Let's see. I am actually interested in seeing what happens.
Okay, so 9.
Because you can technically do double the severe damage die.
Add the 2 from unstoppable. And I guess the crit roll of plus whatever. 37.
37. Yeah, that will... I think that's more than... No, that's not more than 3. But it is more than double the severe threshold. So it will deal 4 points of damage instead of the normal 3. And you can see her sort of wobbling, and again you can feel ribs crunch in places that they probably shouldn't. Thankful that these damages are not permanent, but the damage feels very real when it's
Magical combat sports.
and I know you started off by saying, you know what your problem is, Gloria, so how would you like to finish that sentence?
Yeah, after, I guess cracking some ribs, I go, you let fear control you. Or anger control you. Or you should control anger.
What will you know about anger? And you have still not rolled fear or a failure.
This is true.
Feel free.
I will. I feel like humbling her, so I'll skip.
You're gonna let her have her turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like it could be fun. Or funny. It could be funny both ways. Let's see which way it goes.
One moment. I need that in chat. We had a bot in chat.
Ooh.
She's going to spend one of her fear points to enter Unbridled Anger,
Ooh.
which gives her resistance to physical damage and +5 to damage rolls.
Ooh. She's gonna need it.
And then she's got 2 attacks on you that she can make. No. Ooh. She is going to add on one of her experiences to that, because her experience is just called I Hate You in all caps. To make that an 11, which I think
That'll
hit
hit.
you.
Yep.
That is quite frankly one of the best names of experience ever.
Actually, truth be told, that experience probably comes exactly from Calthea. She really does hate me.
Oh, probably.
Oh yeah.
But it's so perfect. It's so funny. It's
hilarious.
such a good name.
15 points of physical damage, which doesn't do anything to me. Because 15 halved is 7, and then your armor is 8, which immediately gets subtracted from that, and guardians are stupid, bro.
I mean, it's easy to hit me. It's just
It's a
I
stop
do what
trying
I
to
do.
hit me and hit me scenario.
Yeah, you're just basically hitting a brick wall of a slightly taller than average fairy.
She is going to... That is an 8 to hit you.
That is my evasion.
Okay. So you're saying there's a chance.
As I said, I'm easy to hit.
Okay, hold on. 9 and 7. 24.
Half down to 12. Minus 8 is 4. It'd probably suck if I would just tick an armor class. Armor slot.
You tick one of your armor slots. This one is big coming down on you. How do you block this one? Is it the exact same, or do you switch it up?
I have a feeling repetition would probably piss her off even more. So yeah, let's just stop it with the gauntlet.
You stop it with your gauntlet once again. You can feel there's definitely a lot more power behind this swing, and feel like it does chip at your armor just a little bit as you sort of bear down. But your stance is well researched and practiced. Your ability to sort of leverage strength is poised and calculated, and in everything that Gloria does not. It is intelligence behind strength. Strength. You know nothing of anger. Privileged. silver spoon.
Okay.
That is all of her actions. She had to use one of them to go into her rage.
Okay. Okay. Bringing up backstory here, or is she? Okay. No. I would say probably a little flash of anger crosses Calathea's face as she mentions the silver spoon-fed prick. And goes, "Oh, I know anger. I've just learned how to control it and how to channel it." As I push her axe out of the way with one arm, I go in for another good old punch, probably to the face, the haymaker or whatever, uppercut. Yeah.
All right, let's see how the haymaker goes.
And oh, that was so close for being for fear, but I chose that one for the hope. That's a 17. Plus 3. 20. Hit.
Yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it.
Then that's a hope die, so it's a hopeful 20.
Go ahead and
Where-
roll for damage.
There's my d10s. 19.
19 points of damage.
And
Calathea,
it
tell me
ticks
the
up to
story.
4. Tell you the story. Yeah, no, as I guess as she's mentioning, you don't know fear, don't know anger, don't know this, and insults me by mentioning silver spoon, yada yada yada. Yeah, no, I just pushed the axe out of the way. She could see a flash of anger in my eyes as I just give her a good uppercut to the chin.
You see that there's a moment where that anger flashes on your face. She sort of looks at you. You almost get like a sort of understanding. She like looks at you, sees anger in you this time, and she was trying to piss you off. She just didn't think it would work. And before any more sort of can develop within that, you just boom right backwards into the sand dune. And you see her explode into kind of red sand-like glitter. That drops in front of you and sort of splatters up the sand dune. And you see sort of a LED style banner above in the sky that reads Winner Calathea. Your card in your pocket glows, both allowing you to leave the arena and also giving you 200 gold credit.
Fancy.
Because this was not just tryouts. This was not just tryouts. This was actually an officially sanctioned challenge.
I think I'll have to make that as a custom item because apparently Daggerheart tracks their treasure by hands full of gold and bags full of gold.
Yes. That is kind of how Daggerheart does it, and love you, Matt Mercer. I really do. But numbers are a lot easier to keep track of. It's kind of like I play in a Lord of the Rings like style TTRPG, and they just count whether or not you're like poor, average, wealthy, or like hella rich. And if you're just hella rich, you can just buy anything. Just whatever. You want it, you buy it, you get it. Do any of you guys on the outside, before Calathea steps out, have any sort of reactions or things that you want to do while this fight was going on? You're in a stadium and you give the golf clap.
Piper's not like very outwardly, but just like kind of almost quietly snickering, happy to see, like, because obviously it's Gloria who's just gotten her butt kicked.
Yes.
And Piper is very happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
So Piper's kind of snickering quietly to themselves
That was
a bit.
I mean, a little out of our character. Did they hear the conversations that were going down, or did
Oh,
they just see?
absolutely, yes.
Okay, I was just wondering about that. Cool.
Okay.
But I like how, like, Bob has just, like, been cheering. I'm like, yeah!
Yeah,
Great
Sonata.
job!"
So basically, Sonata is kind of the epitome of not a sports person watching a super violent fight. Well, it's a very one-sided violent fight. You know, yes, it's a friend, and she's, you know, there. She's there to support Calathea and her friends in the tryouts. But she's just kind of watching, like passively interested, because it's, you know, she's there to support her friends, not for the sports aspect of it. You know, when the crowd's cheering at the end of the fight, she's cheering right there with everybody. You know, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's like when the crowd's cheering, they're cheering. If they ever end up going boo, she's going boo with the crowd. Like, it's kind of a general, you know, she's following the mood of the crowd, and more specifically the friends that she's sitting right with. But yeah, she's just kind of there, watching the fight, listening. You know, listening to the conversation, doesn't really take too much with it. Don't know if she recognizes the flash of anger in Calathea's eyes.
It happens very briefly, but it is noticeable on Calathea specifically, because she's not obviously known for her temper.
Mm-hmm.
And those other two punches, even the crit one, were tactical. Like, they were well thought out. That last sort of KO, that felt personal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There was a little bit
it's
of
a...
almost sloppiness to the punch.
Okay. And having been in many fights with Calathea, would see something happened during this fight. Not gonna necessarily dwell on it. I mean, you know, it's one of those things of, okay, that's a thing. Don't bring that up. Got it. You know, it's just like a thing in the back of her mind now, but doesn't take too much with it. You know, at the end of the fight, she doesn't have much of a chance to dwell on it because the crowd goes nuts.
Oh, the crowd loses their mind.
Yeah.
Actually, Sonata, go ahead and give me an instinct roll.
By the way, in my head, I was like, that reminds me of the Hulk, but with weapons.
I mean,
You said
yeah.
an instinct. Hold on. Oh, my dice are over there. Hold on.
The Hulk would probably be a, like, barbarian that uses, like, unarmed attacks. Like, you're looking at barbarian with tavern brawler kind of thing.
Slightly unprepared in the I hadn't gotten my dice out of the bag yet. Okay, that is a 21 with fear. Wait, no,
Damn.
I think my 22. Correction, because instinct is +1.
22 with fear.
With fear.
The first person to sort of be ejected out of the center console is Gloria. As you see, when she kind of becomes that powder, she's shunted out of the arena and sort of lands on her ass. She just kind of sits there for a second. And she's clearly pissed off, not only because she lost, she's not in. She lost handily without landing a single point of damage. But something about that last sort of conversation has her stirring. Her two, like, female orcish lackeys run up to her and sort of, like, help lift her up, and she kind of swats them aside. Looks inward towards the console as Calathea looks up. LED lights. It just turns. Walks out. Kind of beat the traffic sort of thing. And Calathea, you make your way at Spectator Stadium to your adoring public of people who not only are just kind of like fans of you as a fighter, but are also fans of anybody who beats Donna Gloria.
Piper falls into both those categories.
Yes, exactly.
I
You know, you've got the occasional like fan sign that goes up, and you can see your ragtag, adventuring party kind of all sitting together. And it sort of hits you a little bit as you see this motley crew of people who would have probably never even talked to each other. And that voice of Defendus that says, venturing parties just sort of find themselves. That part of you that's like,
Yeah.
and Kasha kind of
Defendus
leans
was right.
back. That's the captain.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't really fuck around, do you?
Nope.
You don't want to mess with them.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. Makes me want to mess with them even more. And you just see Amelia beside her. I really don't want to have to heal off broken limbs. So, let's go into this. And fun. And, try to win. But take them very seriously. He goes, oh, I'm taking them seriously. You see the Coach Bainesfang. Coach Bainesfang actually is the first thing he's going to do is come over to Calathea and I remember I can't. And he kind of looks over at you and he, hey, been okay then?
He stops for a moment, takes a deep breath, and just says, I'm good.
He then is going announce the next match. They are doing sort of singles matches first, then followed by doubles. So Kasha and Amelia are going to stick around for a bit with you guys till the doubles are met. And you see a couple of people are trying out. You see a sort of golden-haired ranger steps forward, and you can see kind of Alex's body more become like attentive to this particular match, as if they know this girl. Fighting with what seems to be sort of just like, regular leather armor and a bow, but this massive, fluffy white scarf around their neck. And they're like, like the guy that she's fighting kind of stands in front of her. We might not get the Arctic tundra as a battlefield. She goes, "Darling, don't worry. This is not my first rodeo." And when their battle begins, you can see her, like, without hands, this little high-pitched whistle that she gives as her scarf unfurls into that of a Chinese dragon. It's a very small Chinese dragon. But a floating pet dragon nonetheless. And she goes, "See, darling, what you didn't know is that this was going to be a doubles match the entire time." And her speed is way quicker than you think. Like, the way that she moves in tandem is almost a mirror image of her and her companion. And I will go ahead and luck check. Let's see how they do. With an 11, just getting above 10. The match is actually very sort of even. And just by the end of it, they managed to... Oh, I'm going to sleep. Oh, actually, hold on. Oh.
Oh.
Hold on, Raven, before you go.
Oh. We good nighting the Raven?
We are good nighting the Raven, but also...
Good night, Raven.
I think now that I actually have this up, can you try doing ! Lurk again?
Oh.
I want to see. I'm not very good at this just yet, but I think now that I have got up. Oh, you know what? I have it configured to She is Medieval and not this channel. So I need to do that. That's fine.
And yes, Raven, 31 pumpkins.
31 pumpkins. What, Raven? Like, that's hard? That's not even one of my advanced gardeners. It's fine.
I was also informed that Turtle, my brother, who's sitting next to me, saying
Turtle?
goodnight to the Raven.
Hey, good night, Raven.
I didn't want to ask during the session, that's why I put it in the group chat.
Oh no, you're good. Just by the end of it, she does lose. But you can see this guy is fucked up. These like sort of little cuts all over his body that are sort of like debilitated his movement. He had to switch from a two-handed weapon to a one-handed because his other arm was just like not working great. And she kind of gets set out and catches her long dragon that sort of kind of curls itself around her neck again as people are, clapping. And he steps out and reaches for her and kind of pulls her to her feet and shakes her hand. You see Coach Bane's Fang kind of step up. He goes, "You think for a second we win every battle that we step in?" That was massive. I will be seeing you back in Dallas. And, well, keep you under your battle studies. I don't plan on my team going easy on you. She goes, "I'll keep to it. I'll be back." You see that she gets to if she's going to be making the team. And you notice that like wins and losses are not the forerunner of what makes this team. And you saw the tactics that she used. They were very intelligent, very calculated. And Gloria's whole thing has just been nothing but damage. When she hits, it's a fuck ton of damage. Unless, of course, the person you're fighting is known for absorbing a lot of damage. It didn't really matter how much damage Calathea did, because Gloria couldn't get to her. So you could just fucking do body shots all day until this girl goes down. And, yeah, it kind of starts to occur to you how this whole process is more of an assessment than it is a win for loss record. And, it comes to the doubles battles. And Coach Bane's Fang announces the first double battle. That being Atraxa Spinel and Reed here versus Amelia Laurent, Tasha Arana.
Sonata kind of looks at Piper and goes, kind of like quietly and looks at Piper and kind of quietly goes, "I don't know who I want to win. But I hope the two of them I hope Kasha and Amelia do well and get on the team." Like, but it's like she was, passively watching all of the fights, and obviously of the fights that have happened, the one that she was the most interested in so far had been Calathea's. Now this one has very clearly piqued her interest as well. Like she's, watching the screen a bit more than she had been before. Screen or whatever they're watching. She's paying much more attention to this fight than any of the previous fights, really, except for Calathea's.
Piper, you...
Oh. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind if either of them won, but I am rooting for Amelia, just slightly more than Gasha. Just slightly.
You're a little bit quiet.
Dawn,
Sorry,
Kasha
I pushed.
and Amelia are on the same thing.
Oh,
they're
wait.
against your brother.
Brain got confused. It's like brain got confused because my Discord was being buggy during Med when you introduced the fight. That's why I left and rejoined. So I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So you heard the name Atraxis Spinel and Reed Peer versus Amelia Laurent and Kasha Aran.
Then Piper's just like, well, yeah, I get that. I don't know who to cheer for. Who the heck do I cheer for in this situation?
And you actually see Kasha when she hears that announcement. Before she gets up, she goes, "Oh, that last
Piper just kind of smirks and just, before Kasha manages to walk away, just says, good luck with our brother.
Good luck with your brother. Just leaves it at that. I love it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all Piper says.
And
Just
you
with a
see
smirk.
you see that Amelia is just kind of like, has this like wide-eyed, like, oh shit.
I hope you guys don't mind. I say to Piper and Sonata, hope you guys mind, but I'm cheering for Amelia and Kasha.
And you see, Kasha kind of puts a hand on your shoulder there, Bob, and sort of leans in to like whisper something into your ear. She goes, "Tell your friends I'm sorry."
I know I can't hear that in character, but that's hilarious.
I love it.
Because, they're lab partners for the time being. And, like, Kasha is, like, my character's new experience is, keep friends close.
Yeah.
And your enemy's closer. The last
We
stuff
did not
isn't
put
in
the
it.
enemies closer.
Yeah,
We did
the
not.
last stuff isn't in it. I just had to make the comment.
But it's like, Kasha has pretty much became a friend. Like one. Don't know for sure if it's like a full-sided, but like one-sided. She believes Kasha is the.
Yeah, like this is definitely one of those like we get each other kind of things. And they enter their arena. Let's go Piper. Do you want to roll a d6 for me?
Sure, let me get out my d6. Which one should I roll? Because I've got 2 sets.
Oh,
I hope
yes.
settle my first set.
You just have fun with it.
Oh.
Okay, shiny purple dice then. That's my hope set for those who don't know. And it got stuck in my dice tower. Give me a second.
Been there, done that.
When it's
The only
got
thing I got from
okay,
it was
one. I had to push it to get it out, but it didn't
So,
roll when I pushed it to 1.
Let's re-roll. We've had one.
Okay, let me try again. Okay, I'm guessing you want me to re-roll the 1 again?
Use the other set.
Also, Matt, I have figured out my character's brother.
You're just like, use the other set. Get the
Oh, you figured
fear
out his
dice
name?
out.
Yeah, I looked in the group. I looked in our.
The fear dice got stuck. A 5.
A 5. Okay. The arena gets set up as you see them kind of staring each other down. Atraxa as well is an Infernus woman. So you can see that both of them clock Reed as both being the only male in the room and the only fairy in the room. And being like, oh. Kasha is just sort of like slide smile mean mugging. Whereas Amelia is like, hi. We're friends with your sister. And your other sibling. Hi. Sorry? And you see Reed just
I love this. Sorry.
And you see just Reed just kind of sits back and he goes, Why why are you apologizing to me for what you signed up to do? And Amelia just sort of, um, as the camera kind of rolls around, you see that Amelia's not looking at Reed. She's sort of like staring ahead and slightly up. As she goes, wasn't apologizing to you. They get shoved back as a massive cityscape appears in front of them. Think daytime Gotham City.
I'm gonna Google that. I have no clue.
Large metropolis, like a New York, New Jersey kind of.
Okay, thank you.
Cars going each and every way. And you see, like, both of them as they're about to start. Amelia's just kind of, like, looking around, trying to, like, find where they are, and she goes, wow, this would be terrible to walk through. Yeah, I don't need to walk through it. And she is going to firmly plant her feet into the ground, and large spectral angel wings appear on her back. And she is going to take flight to look for where those two are. Tasha just kind of, like, looks up at her and goes, well, you can't have the only full magical girl transformation here. And she is going to kind of start stepping forward into full, like, traffic. The flames from her hands lick up the side of the traffic, stopping the cars from her, and her entire body is engulfed in it. Ironically, actually something druids can do in this game. It is a nature's form. And go ahead. Roll the luck check for them. Let's see. Do. Okay. It is an interesting battle of, like, 2 on the ground versus 2 in the air. Because guess what? The only one that can fly up to meet Amelia is Reed. It is a pretty back and forth fight, once again. Before you see that Reed, in a sort of quick motion, you never knew what kind of fighter Reed was prior to this. You just knew that he was part of the Fox Sports team. He's using a typical short sword. You know, everything seems very kosher until Amelia knocks the short sword out of his hand. And the lights, for a split second of, you know, disarming this guy, and basically the fight is easy, before his hand comes up and slips a dagger up, and you just see him fully wheel around and toss it as it scrapes the side of her eye. And she screams out. She goes, oh, I can't see. I can't see.
Her brother's a rogue.
And then Amelia starts laughing. And
Oh.
she's like, whatever will I do? I can't see. And Kasha's just like, okay, hun. Enough now.
Oh no.
And she goes,
Oh
fair enough. You see it scrapes the contact that she was wearing. And her kind of contact in this universe, I guess, falls out. Her right eye is completely white. Completely glossed over.
Oh.
Anybody that wants to who is sitting on that bench, so Bob Sonata Piper, go ahead and give me... Actually, no. Because this would actually be something, Bob, you would know. Because you've been in this school for more than this year. You've been to these... And you know what sort of tools are given out to people in the stands. Piper and Sonata, can I get knowledge roll?
Knowledge? Okay. That is a 12 with fear.
12 with fear.
Makes sense.
18
That
with
makes
it.
sense.
And 18
That's an
with fear.
18 with it. Yep.
Piper, you like kind of recoil because you don't want to see, obviously, your friend gets like slashed in the eye. And as you do, you look over to where they were sitting, and Amelia left her headphones there that she was given by the attendants that came around. And you hear the headphones describing what is happening on the screen. These headphones are not noise canceled. Headphones are closed caption. And
Blind.
Amelia wheels around, and you realize at this point Amelia has never looked any of you in the eye, but only ever slightly in your direction. And she sort of looks back towards Reed and goes, "So how many daggers do you have?" And pulls at a thread of magic that Reed has a dagger by his hip. And thankfully, for the lot of you who cannot see this, but it full scrapes down his leg. Amelia is able to take out Reed. Atraxa is able to take out Akasha. And by the end of it, the sort of flight/height difference is too much, and Amelia is able to scrape out the wind just. And at this point, everybody is sort of ejected. Amelia sort of steps out, still with her wings unfurled. She kind of like looks over at Akasha. My luck. Because you're adjusts kind of her contact. And Coach Baines Fang kind of, interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what you two can do. But I may choose to test you separately. And they both kind of look at each other and they're like, yeah, we can do that. And they will come back over to...
That was awesome!
Because you have any idea how one-sided that battle would have been if we didn't have a flyer on our side.
Fair.
Oh. He's like, you did good. And Amelia is like, yeah, look, I do enjoy a nice combat every once in a while, but I tend to prefer sitting back so I don't get too crazy with it. Also, I'm sorry.
It's tryouts. We knew he'd be in. We the whole team was. I think we all knew, like, that, the whole team would be involved in the tryouts. So, it's a. Well, we knew he'd be involved in the tryouts somehow. Sonata kind of says with a little bit of a shrug. Knew he was on, the team and all.
The only tricky part was knowing who to cheer for.
Yeah.
For you guys.
you just see like fucking Kasha just full like gaps you up. And Amelia's just like, well, I mean, look, if your brother is in there and you had to think about who to choose, that is a very, very big compliment.
Also, Med, Med, if you can check DMs.
Oh my god,
Oh.
I have 9 DMs.
Well, okay. Pieces of it are probably me in our group chat.
Oh, yes.
Because I was I was talking a bit in there. Because, yeah. I am kind of playing a game that I don't have to focus on in the slightest. I think that entire conversation, I was just standing still doing absolutely nothing.
I love that.
I'm still debating Piper saying that.
I mean,
that little line I can do.
She's here. You see that Amelia still looks a little bit awkward because it's like she's kind of going over the actions that she made. The combat, and like they were kind of brutal, and they were towards Reed.
Piper just kind of gives a giggle to me. It's like, well, now you know who taught me how to use a dagger.
She sort of like looks over towards you and like, so can I assume that you've got daggers up your sleeves and in pockets as well?
Yep.
You know what? Fair. Remind me not to get on your bad side.
It's really hard to get on my bad side. Just don't mess with my friends. If you do, though, then you're probably never forgiven. This kind of battle is different. It's tryouts and stuff, and it's all sanctioned battles are fine. But let's just say, I got in trouble my first day here for calling Gloria a coward because she messed with Sonata and getting into a fight.
Sure. Wait, I'm realizing how that did not make the school gossip. The fact that like this brand new freshman took on the school's like biggest bully in the middle of like lunch or whatever.
I mean,
whatever
a lot
we
of
were
people
doing.
also saw it.
Yeah, like I said, like how did you know? It's like people saw this. Like this is like a thing that happened.
You actually hear like Amelia go, "Really, scandal."
I think Calthe would come in at this moment back into the arena just because. And she goes, yeah, she did. Held herself well.
You see like both of the girls, like Kasha and Amelia, both like spin to look at you, and it's just like, "Hi, Captain. I guess shouldn't call you Captain yet, because." You just see Kasha kind of steps down to meet you and kind of puts out a hand towards you to shake. He goes, "But we will."
You two did well.
Thank you. I mean, we saw your match, and damn, just damn. I'd ask what your secret is, but I feel like you're just gonna tell me to be swift as a coursing river or something. And you just see like Amelia lean down to Piper. It's like, it's one.
You need to get her to watch more movies. Like, there's so many good movies.
No, but I really love like the cutesy, like big, pretty dresses and sparkly stuff. Really not her vibe.
Maybe we can find an in-between movie. Hmm.
And
Hey, she'd like Barbie and the Three Musketeers. It's got some of that pretty and some fighting.
I think she's just gonna hear Barbie and say no.
But it's got fighting. I tried my best. It kind of is in between.
I'll try and sell her on. We'll do like a movie night or something. Let her choose one. Choose one. It'll be great. So Kasha, meanwhile, is still kind of looking at Calathea. So, this tiny little one stood up to, big, mean, and grumbly.
Big meeting.
Who you jokingly, not actually, Piper's not actually saying this, but who are you calling tiny?
She did indeed.
Guess big hearts come in small pack? Huh. Not any offense meant to your species. She just kind of clocks that you are also a fairy.
Yeah, just a little tall for my. Yeah. No offense taken.
And hey, look, not really my place. If I'm out of line, just tell me. But, I mean, everybody kind of caught what Gloria said down there. Yeah. I honestly don't really know how you were fed silver spoon. What matters to me is that you showed that pretty ad.
Just not in agreement, but yeah, I agree. One's lineage is, or how one defines themselves not by their lineage but by their actions. So it's like nod to her.
You see that there's a bit of an understanding. You guys have similar. There's a lot that assume someone. It's real.
Oh, it does.
Well, look for us at the tryouts. But we'll let you hang out with your friends here. Especially, got some research to do. And as the doubles sort of start to end, everybody starts to kind of get up and file out. You guys have sort of a moment with your party.
Well, that was fun to watch.
Indeed.
I was
Lot of-
going to see if
Yeah, I'm here.
Indeed, a lot of new promising prospects for the Dragon Turtles.
It's definitely gonna be a fun season to watch.
You just also see around this time that Reed makes his way over to, and he goes, "Hey, sorry, don't want to intrude or anything. Uh, you guys know those girls?"
Yeah. Kasha. I don't know. Yeah, Kasha, the one who wasn't fighting you, is in our baking club. She's a good friend of Piper's, and Amelia is her girlfriend.
Oh,
Amelia's actually the co-runner of the baking club. We met in bard class.
Or did I have it backwards?
Yes.
Did I have it
Yeah.
backwards? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Then I
Well,
said it.
We met.
Did I
yes.
said it the proper way? I remember. Be remembered wrong.
yes, it is Amelia that is one of the co-owners.
Yes. Okay. I did it. I said it the wrong way.
And so it kind of goes, "Oh, you guys met her at a bard? Oh, I guess she must be taking bard classes."
Pasha's taking sorcerer classes with you.
Oh, and you have okay, so Seraph major with bard classes, druid major, sorcerer class. That makes sense. It does.
But that was a fun fight to watch.
Tryouts are always very interesting time because they can prepare for us, but we don't really know who we're preparing for.
Indeed.
I Kasha recognized the surname, and I was like, "Well, good luck with my brother." And then when they came back, I was like, "Well, now you know who taught me how to use a dagger."
He kind of chuckles at that, and he goes, "Still keeping up your practices then?"
Yep, it's still my main weapon. Califea can tell you how I've been doing with a dagger recently, considering some recent times.
Yeah. So Sonata's gonna kind of like look at Piper, look at Reed, and go, "Yes, they've definitely been keeping up their practices."
Yeah.
Out character slightly referring to the double dagger crits with the arcane gauntlets Califea and Piper have done.
Yeah,
Two
Callie
to one.
would cross her arms and goes, "Yes, she's quite an artist with those."
He kind of looks back and forth between Calathea and Piper and Sonata, and is kind of like, "Huh, I never thought I'd see the day where my captain would go into battle with my siblings." But, here we are, I suppose.
There's no laughing matter, B. I need a water bottle and Jake.
Turtle, we can hear you.
He goes, like, "Look, I'm super cool with this. As long as you guys are getting along, and you guys are out there protecting each other, and, focusing on what you need to do. I know that you guys said you can't really tell about what you're doing, but, some things are secret. Curious as I am, I really have a place to pry, given my history. But now that you guys are back, was everything successful?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna need to. I don't know exactly when. So we kind of like look at like Califea, and the rest of you guys. Kind of like she's like, I don't know exactly how soon, but I think we're gonna need to leave soon and go do the other thing. Like obviously being vague, but like she's kind of like motion like as if like as whatever the direction there is. Like if the Lux Forest is on the right, she motions to the left for the dark forest. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't make any other indication. She just kind of says the other thing and points in the most like to read it's the most random vague direction ever.
Yeah. Especially because you guys
do
are
the
currently
other
in a
thing.
pocket dimension, so she's just kind of
Yes,
estimating.
point. Yeah,
So he just
but
kind of
the
goes,
everyone else goes.
so your mission is a two-parter. You've done part 1.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, maybe... Look, both of you are incredibly charismatic. It would be wise to learn how to not tell the truth without lying. Selective information, where you're not...
Lies.
And you kind of get a flash of that sort of fairy upbringing, that, like, trickster upbringing, where he's like, give what information you can without technically breaking the rules of whatever sort of agreement you...
Piper just smacks it away. So, in a sense, still lying. Lies for mission are still a thing. Where you leave out information to leave out important stuff, that is still technically a lie, but it works better than outright lying a lot of times.
You see, in a response to that, Reed just kind of shrugs. He goes, I'm not on the stand.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out that is technically a form of lying, but does it look like I care?
It doesn't look like I care.
Do it look like I give a damn?
With Piper? No.
And as you guys
Oh,
kind of like file out...
Out of character, I realised Piper's main weapon's a rapier, not a dagger. Piper still has a dagger, so still counts.
Yeah.
It still counts.
As you guys kind of file out, he's like, look, just be safe. As safe as you can. And if you need my help with anything, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you guys need him for help for the?
Well,
meeting?
it's he's
He's the last resort,
he is a last resort.
because the pure offence that could be caused from that one decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
He goes, like I said, I will help with anything that you wish me to. And you see he gets kind of cut off by... kind of reaches into his pocket, pulls out his phone. And his ringer's going off. 1 second. Gotta take this. And he's going to sort of go off this phone call. Leaving the rest of you here, as well with Aubrey, who is... So that's what Buck Sports looks like. I really do wish that I could go back and give direct... Because, like, directing is really what I want.
Fair.
But, I mean, I understand. Do any of you attempt to try and listen in phone call, or...
It's not like
Hate it.
What happened?
what?
Sorry, nothing.
No, what did you say, Don?
I said Piper would probably debate doing it. I don't know if Piper would
Yeah.
actually, but Piper would.
Sonata
at least
would
debate it.
like. Do you know that like you're listening without trying to listen, but like you also are, kind of thing.
He also didn't move to, like, behind one of the pillars. So he's not nearby enough to be able to
Okay.
kind of do that.
And she probably wouldn't like go out of her way, because yeah, not gonna do that. If he was still nearby, maybe, but he's not.
Um,
It does not make sense for Bob to do it.
no. I couldn't see Bob or Calathea giving enough of a shit.
I mean, I might give a shit. It's just I'm more respectful, I should say, of the wishes of trying to be.
After a while, he kind of comes back, and he's like, "Huh. Well, we might be getting a bit of a bit soon."
Oh?
Oh,
I'm curious.
Sorry?
I'm curious.
Yes. He kind of chuckles at this, and he goes, "I can't really say a lot of specifics, but I would love for you guys to meet my wife."
yeah. So it's like as he's being all like, not self-conscious, but like hesitant with sharing that bit, and her knowing about the coming arrive, of at least somebody from the Elite Court. She's kind of, looking at Piper and the others, she's kind of like looking at the others and at Piper, and then he, awkwardly goes, "Meet my wife." She's kind of look now changed to looking directly at like Piper more than the others, but like ah. And there might be some indication on her face that maybe she does know that she something about what he said has struck a like familiar nerve. Basically, like she kind of knows what he's talking about without saying anything. Like there might be something visible on her face as she's kind of looking at them and going, "Ah, okay, got it," kind of, and then
do you think
that
that
sort of
Sonata
reaction.
would try to hide that look?
I don't know if she'd pay attention enough to hide it.
You see that Reed kind of like, what's that? Sonata, what's that look?
Because my thought is she's like not exactly like she might make faces without exactly knowing what she's
Oh, 100%.
reacting to. Yeah, and she's kind of gonna like the deer in headlights, like frozen, like she was caught in something. Kind of like staring like blankly,
Sonata,
like
I know that look. You know something, or are planning something, or are planning to know something.
So kind of quietly go the first one. I don't need to like I'm doing so much talking with my hands. I need to start having my camera on at some point. But when I'm down here, it's hard because I have family when I'm downstairs, showing up randomly.
That's
But
fair.
basically, what part of why I'm like I need to have my camera on because I do so much talking with the hands is she kind of like puts her like finger like right in front of her face, like shyly going like one on her hand, like the first one.
Like this beat?
Kind of, yeah, like what Stoppy's doing. Kind of like,
So,
Like-
oh, why? Just
I think so, but we're really it's part of, and it looks like she goes yes, but then this is where she kind of gets like how before when they were like she wants to tell but also can't. This is kind of where she starts to get that sort of flustered bit, and she goes, yes, she says after a second of like do I answer maybe that sort of thing, and goes yes, but it's part of what we're not supposed to talk about. And she's like now a little bit flustered because now he knows that they want more, and she's getting her flustered self again when she's getting caught by that she's not You know what I mean? I'm doing really bad at talking right now.
No, yeah, no, I'm totally getting you. Uh, you see, he just kind of, okay, both sort of jockeying for position here on who's allowed to tell who what. Um, and at that point, um, you will see Professor Montgomery is going to kind of step beside Reed, put a hand on his shoulder. Quite all right, my boy. You will be able to explain to your heart's content. Just give me a minute or so. Admittedly, I'm not very good with technology, but I do know how to work these displays. And he is going to go out towards the center school display and do kind of like a teacher override and program in a, not like alert, but notification, let's say, to be broadcast to the school that there is going to be a meeting, an actual royalty council meeting, essentially, one that takes place yearly, typically, and Principal Defendus has pulled some strings and has allowed them to use Defendus Academy as their meeting point to educate the students of their school as to the inner workings of politics and monarchies around the which include which include but are not limited. Oh, I have her name in thing because it has her emblem. The Sealy Fey Queen's Kefali Poppy's Gale is going to be there. As well as the Princess Roktera Lalasa, because she's in the school. Prince Reed Pierre and Princess Thalacia Scintilla will be present, representing the Unseelie, as well as Rosanok Swiftbeak, who will sort of be representing not a kingdom, but in fact a sort of North American democracy switch point. So you guys know that the Veil acts as it's on the opposite of a place in quote-unquote real. The part that he heads, this Rosanok, is on the other side of the Veil from North America.
The magical North America.
Yes. And so, know that this meeting will be happening sometime within 2 weeks from now. Date to be determined, but the announcement has been. And Reed goes, perfect. Yes, okay. So that.
And she'll kind of, Sonata kind of nods. This might not have been what she was expecting, but she also knows, like, or, thinks she knows part of what's going to be happening at the council because of the whole thing that was being discussed. That she had told Aubrey to go talk to Defendus.
You see, like, Aubrey has talked with them and is like, right, so... Because remember that Aubrey has not talked over with you guys about, like, who are we going to use, who are we not going to use. So Aubrey just straight up, like, blurts out, so is this that thing where we need, like, a royal representative?
Sonata kind of, then once again, the slight deer in headlights look that is starting to become, Bob, if you saw her face when they were in Bacon Club and Aubrey kept blurting out about the vampire, and eventually Sonata just goes, "She's not from here." Like, it's a kind of like the face that's been happening it's kind of similar to that. Calathea, I don't know if you'd seen this face prior. I don't know if there'd been reason for this, except for maybe similar face to when they were first bringing up can't talk about anything with her. Like, it's a slight deer in headlights, like semi panic, not like full blown panic that you have seen her sometimes, where she's barely able to get a word out. But it's slight like, okay, this wasn't supposed to be shared. Brain needs to go damage control. It's
fair.
it's her damage control face basically. And she kind of goes, I think so. Maybe that's what I was assuming.
You see, Reed, you guys need a royal representative. Oh, I guess if you need a royal representative, you definitely can't tell me that.
And it's like he's asking that. She's kind of like the slight panic had faded when the announcement had happened, because that was over, that was fine, and then it's kind of risen again because it's like lesson, and then bright basically came up again as soon as Aubrey blurts out that thing.
And Aubrey just kind of goes, I have social faux pas. That I cannot really take back. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I probably overreact sometimes. She like while she's saying I probably overreact, she like almost shrinks a little bit, like overreacting, being self-conscious about it.
Aubrey kind of looks over at you and is like, look, from one girl who's had a lot happen in a very short amount of time to another, we're going through it, okay? We're not going to make the right decisions. We're not going to have the best mental state, okay? My lab partner is like a demonic descendant. My best friends are fairies and fawn and whatever the fuck you are, kind of pointing at Alex. And
We don't know.
Alex with a look back that's just like and like people lost their names to ladybugs with clipboards. A vampire joined us to bake pie. Like, you guys have any idea how not normal this is for everybody else in the world?
Been there, done that, got a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Make it like-
Fair.
Starting to understand from it's the
I made a
I
deal
think
with
I
a
un-
ladybug and all I got with this T-shirt.
she kind of
Thank
goes
you.
I'm sure I think I understood from that baking club from the pies.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Piper kind of
weird.
jokingly just says, "Bacon pie is pretty normal for me," but I can see that
You know,
just in a
But
joking
it's
way,
also
trying to
I'm
make it
realizing this is
lighthearted.
probably the first time Reed has had like any like semi summary of what's happened because she was like so terrified to say anything because she was told not to tell anybody.
Yeah.
So this is probably the first time Reed has heard any of what's been going on, including the fact that their friend is Bob because they missing a name to a ladybug with a clipboard.
Yeah, Reed is just
Like-
kind of like taking this all in, like, cool, cool.
Good question there.
I have all of that down. Is any of this embellished, or did this actually happen?
That's
This the kind of like non-verbal confirmation of yes, this is what happened, at least from Sonata's kind of reaction, like yeah, this is what happened.
Don't talk about
Um,
what happened.
Piper's immediate response is, "The vampire was actually a pretty cool person."
oh,
though."
excuse me.
And she
like
says
the vibe.
vampire, and
The
then
vampire-
Sonata's gonna Sonata's gonna correct if Piper says vampire.
No, I
Okay.
said that as a misspeak out of character. Piper
Okay.
would have said the right thing because Piper knows the right thing, but
Yeah,
my brain,
vampire.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Piper knows the right thing. Piper would have said the right thing.
Aubrey definitely is like
Yep.
vampire.
The vampire was actually a pretty cool person.
Yeah.
Like the pies as well.
Good question. Then. Before I get into the story, right? Who's Rosnick? To me, like my notes are all scattered.
You're looking at Rosanek Swiftbead.
Yeah, my notes are all scattered right now, so I'm just.
He is the. It seems as if he's a shoo-in, essentially, to become the leader of this sort of opposite of the Veil to North America.
Fair. And the relations is eldest?
The
What?
relations is what?
Relations. Swiftbeat. Relations.
You're
know
saying,
that.
is he the eldest of...
Eldest sibling? Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, he
Yeah.
would be the oldest.
Okay, now my notes are all scattered, so I was like, wait, where is this? Where was this one again? Who is this one again?
Yeah, this is the politician.
Okay. Yeah, I just did a roll. Just to see about something, and yeah, no, it's probably to everyone else. Calathea looks like she's seen a ghost.
Ah.
You just have Bob just doing some random party dance in the corner.
Yep.
That's not the Macarena.
At least it's not the Macarena.
Wait, I'm realizing because I was trying to remember. That's your last name, Swiftbeat, isn't it? Because I'm like I was recognizing that name when you said it. Do
Yeah.
we know Calathea's last name? Have we like heard it?
The
It's probably been announced.
the
And, like,
names
the
of everybody
opening
who's
ceremony.
in the Defendus Dragon Turtle public knowledge.
Okay. So piecing together, Sonata kind of, that reaction, same last name as this person, and the reaction at the games, or in the fight with Gloria, the anger at, it's like, she kind of quietly looks at Calathea and goes, bad family history? Just that, leaving it at that.
Yeah, it's just. I'd probably say she's almost like I said, sees ghosts, deer in the headlights type too. It's just not paying attention to anything. She's just like staring there.
Family, you see Reed, it's just all kind of as to that, but what do you... Oh! He kind of like, oh, I didn't even put that together. Huh. So, not the only family to happen?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to my family in years.
Excuse me.
Hell yeah. Anybody here got a good relationship with their parents? And just like a look over at like Aubrey, who's like, it's half decent. A look over at Alex, who has a look that's like, don't ask.
Don't ask. We've kind of gathered that Sonata is like of the people here, like doesn't hate, but definitely isn't a fan of what happened. But you know, the sort of thing of, I don't think anybody in this group has a good relationship with their parents.
Piper, at this current moment in time, really does not like them. Why? Because I think I mentioned Piper as a kid very much, as the Dagger comment put it, looked up to Reed. So the reason Reed being gone, Piper's not happy with them at all.
Also,
Fair.
something to do with them being, you know, massive racists. But that's kind of the Sealy Unsealed thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, Piper hates that already, but then also, like, Piper's technically, even though Piper's not kids, twins, Piper's the middle sibling, technically. So Piper always looks up to Reed in a sense, while protecting Sonata, kind of thing. So Reed going was kind of a pretty big effect on Piper. So, yeah.
Reed is kind of like looking at everybody else who's just kind of frozen in spot, except for Bob, who's doing random dances.
I've done the YMCA and had to go during this.
and he just kind of like looks over all of you and goes, okay, so information really quickly. I think that we just our losses. Be like, today was really fun. Sorry for my guys trying to beat up your friends. I guess they didn't win, so yay for them. Can't wait to see what happens. Captain, great showing out there as always.
He kind of snaps out of it and goes, "Yeah, you as well."
Yeah, why not, like, I don't know, why not take, like, a side quest or something to, like, take your minds off? There should be actually a new one going up, because apparently, someone found the glozes.
Oh, we did that.
Oh, super cool. Yeah, there should be a new subquest going up on the board soon. So maybe check that out. Do a little something to distract yourselves. Seem to be a pretty well-oiled machine of a team, and then deal with this whenever it happens.
Yeah.
All right, good talk. And he just kind of like turns and flies away.
Your brother's cool.
I'm glad noise cancellation works on my mic, or you would have heard me clapping because of the joke I said, "Stop it!"
And I started doing it. doing it.
For context, Med, while Bob does party dances, Piper and Bob somehow have perfect coordination to do the cha-cha slide together. Oh,
I love it. I absolutely
Sorry,
love it.
my brain. Like, we need something to do. Okay, start doing party dance.
I can't wait until, like, there's a fucking dance that happens in this school. It is gonna be a mixture of, like, Wednesday and Wicked. For
hear
those of you
me
who've
out.
seen the movie, you know.
One of them
I'm-
hijacks the music and just puts on party dancing.
Most likely it will be me. Most likely will be me.
So now everyone's doing the cha-cha slide.
Bob just hijacks it, just puts, like, 30 hours of, like, the party rock anthem on loop.
Oh, I would do one better. Cha-cha slide or the electric slide or all those types of dances on repeat.
Anything that involves a slide.
Or no, anything
also?
anything that
Wobble,
involves
baby, wobble.
coordinated moves.
Yes.
Everything that has the word slide in
To the
the
right,
title.
to the right. To the
Oh, for
Now,
the
okay.
love of God, do it. Two
Piper's
fucking
best
bots in one stream.
Piper's
Oh,
best
fantastic.
stuff, and no one can argue with me, is Hoedown Throwdown. Piper would be good at Hoedown Throwdown.
Absolutely.
The WAP is another one I can think of. I know too many.
I will not be I will not be role playing the blaring of WAP.
Which, to be fair, from my perspective, from my schooling, has a different meaning.
Yeah. Well, I'm Italian. It also has a third meaning.
That's fair.
Fair.
Just
I'm sorry, but just the fact that I do, like when you guys ask me, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm bored. Okay, let me improv.
This is-
Let's do this.
I need to. I'm gonna be teaching Stoppy. If Stoppy wants, teaching Stoppy British party dances as well. And so then you have a
taught me
repertoire.
some,
of
Dawn.
Yeah, I've taught you
Chicken
some.
fried,
I
chicken
will
fried.
teach you more.
That's gonna be amazing. With this sort of dismissal, this very awkward dismissal from Breed, you are able to see actually that there is a new subquest up on the board. Who would like to roll a d4 and re-roll on 4s?
I will.
Yes, go ahead, Stoppy. Sorry, I had to see you in the corner of my eye because I have your video cropped for the stream, so your hand was like just off screen.
Cool. Also, I ended up crocheting during this because
Lost my family circlet in the library of the Mimic House, offering 400 gold credit.
Wait, that's the library. Just look. Piper just looks to Sonata
The
Okay.
library.
because it's a
I
library,
smashed
and
up in
Piper
that
knows Sonata
library.
at least somewhat likes books.
Sonata's probably been in the library like between classes a lot. Just doing probably just doing homework.
So, I don't know if you guys fully heard what I said, because it's not the
You said Library of the Mimic House. I heard
Yes.
that.
Okay. Because it is not Defendus Academy's library.
She'll
but
kind of yeah. She'll kind of go. I'd like to try that. Except, I might need to be told not to pick up books. Because I'm going to need to remember not to pick up books. Because Mimic House... Because Mimic and books. The books might try to attack me. It's like she's kind of reading the board and kind of saying to Piper and Calathea and Bob and Alex, like if you guys are still there at the quest board, she's kind of looking at it, kind of talking out loud.
Mhm.
You actually can see as well, because it shows you the location. The Mimic House is not too far from Defendus Academy.
That could be an interesting one to do, and it doesn't look too far.
As well, Calathea, you can go ahead and give yourself your slots back, because that is in a realm in which your armor's not actually getting.
Fair enough.
So you guys know you are full and healthy. You guys could even head there now if you wanted to.
Yeah, she'll kind of look at at the group and kind of go, "Do we want to go look at that now?"
Sure. I'll help you guys if you want another person.
Sure.
I was like, I left something quickly in my dorm room. Give me 1 minute, and just runs and then runs back.
Also, do you guys want any berries?
Fucking just pulls out pockets.
For those who,
any bag. Like they're not exactly from.
For those
Like,
who
exact-
want to know where Piper ran to get,
Yes, please.
one, Piper left their violin because they weren't taking it to basically a stadium where a bunch of people are around and people can bump into it easily, right?
Yeah.
And two, they kind of gave away their emergency cupcakes. They
I'm
needed more of their emergency cupcakes.
You had to restock.
On emergency cupcakes.
Cupcake restock.
Of course you did. Of course, because that's the
I
thing
love
everybody needs
that.
a restock on.
Matt, your mic is being weird on Twitch and it keeps cutting out when you get a bit quieter. Alexa, put that in chat.
Oh, did she?
In Discord.
Oh, in Discord. Okay.
She said,
Yeah.
someone tell you.
I don't
So
really know how to up the gain on this thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to pass that message along to you because I just noticed. To be fair, it was 1 minute ago. It didn't take me long to notice. But still.
That's fair. I will try to be louder.
Yeah.
As you are all... Oh, there she is. There she is. She is in the chat.
Hi,
First time chatter. Hi, Alexa.
Hi, Alexa. I miss you. And I boop you. Doggo also says hi to everybody.
As you guys all sort of head out and begin your journey, you also do see that Alex is sort of tagging along with you. Just sort of like, I don't know, might as well do this, might as well get paid, you know what I'm saying? Also doesn't really want to handle all of this stuff herself. So she's like, might as well do this as well. B.
Seen that?
B. That's the Iron Giant B. The giant T-posing robot. What the fuck? Sorry, DDV
That's
thing.
why I immediately lost it. That's why I just started losing it.
So,
Also, can I go to the bathroom?
is that not a giant T-posing robot?
We're actually just about to stop. So I will be like finishing up in like a couple of seconds. But yes, you guys all decide to head to the Mimic House, a massive 3-story mansion. It looks like from the outside, very well taken care of, with a like massive front foyer, big double doors. And I assume you guys decide to go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, Piper isn't missing their assigned appointment of studying with Amelia.
No, you are not. You can very well get this done. You're basically just
I
going in, getting an item, and walking out, right? Like,
Piper was like, Piper wouldn't go if it was gonna overlap on a time of a commitment Piper already made.
no, and you also know that it's not anywhere near the Feyland, so... yeah, you are. And yes, it has a very large plaque over it as well, calling it the Mimic House. And something obviously catches your attention immediately upon going into the house. A bunch of very oddly placed treasure chests. That's where we're going to go
Mimic
ahead and end
house.
today.
Yep.
So thank you guys.
Sorry, Alexa.
So,
We've kind of dragged you into a mimic house.
Enjoy the mimics.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Some of it should
Okay.
definitely need to stop Ashley from Bob from opening any of them.
well, you know, who knows? There might be candy inside.
Ooh,
Yeah.
candy.
It's like one of those is might be an actual chest.
Seems
They also-
problematic. I don't know
they
what
also
you're
could-
talking about.
They could also all be mimic chests, or they could all be treasure chests. There's
doesn't
really
Sure, I guess you'll
No.
never know until you open them all up.
wait.
We
Are
Piper,
mimics
do you wanna
magical
hear
creatures?
Sorry?
Are mimics like magic creatures? Would they ping the stupid sorcerer thing?
Oh, let me just say that the stupid sorcerer thing gets pings from every.
yeah.
Like, because, again, the sorcerer ping doesn't tell you specifically where the magic is, just
Mhm.
that if it's close by.
Okay.
Yup. The answer
Yup.
is yes.
I like how my immediate reaction. What would Piper do in this situation? Mimics might like cupcakes. Maybe we can tell which chests are mimics and not by trying to give them all cupcakes.
Yeah, there's a very big
You know what?
possibility.
That is absolutely what Piper would do. Piper would try to give all the mimics cupcakes.
And Piper ends up walking out of the house with a mimic horde.
Yes, I
Adopt the,
That would be a
adopt
good
the mimic
prank
with
idea.
But
Piper's gonna adopt a mimic with cupcakes like I've adopted a mimic with rope.
Oh no,
It's
do I meant
insane.
the Dora situation?
Alexa is fully broken at this point.
And then there's the fedora. I have
Hey,
a
at least I
campaign with a
did
mimic
need to
fedora.
do the Macarena today.
Yeah, that's true. Also, Alexa, I would very much recommend watching this episode when it goes on YouTube, youtube.com/Campfire Stories RPG, where you can see all the VODs, and are watching this episode if you're not watching it live. But if you want to watch these episodes live, you should come over to twitch.tv/Campfire Stories RPG and drop us a follow and become a camper today. But until next time, everyone, where our party decide to save it on Switch before. I may have one time forgotten to download an episode off of my Twitch channel, and there's part 2 or episode 2 of oh my god, what the fuck was the campaign called again? Loose Ends. Episode 2 of Loose Ends. No one's ever gonna see it. It's just gone. But yes, I will remember to download this one. Don't worry. Until next time, when all of our players take on the Mimic House. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you by the firelight.